go.
Well, welcome, Adam Pincus, who I actually have known for a number of years, but we have the opportunity now to speak with each other on a business case. And these are a series of interviews that Barrett is doing to understand how businesses are actually being able to stay open and manage their way through the COVID crisis and beyond. And I'm really pleased to have Adam here because he runs a wonderful business down in Elsternwick in Melbourne called Glo Health. So welcome, Adam, to our little session.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Brilliant. Can you tell us a little bit about Glo Health? So what is it? And then we'll talk about how you're managing with the COVID crisis.
Glo Health is essentially a health food, grocery, beauty and supplement store that's been under my ownership for 9 years now. I'm a naturopath and a local, and the business came up way back when. At that point in time, I was in private practice and was just getting a bit disenchanted with the impact I was having, I guess, on the broader community, having limited exposure by seeing only one person at a time. And I'm a very dynamic personality, and I guess I had a dream of being able to help as many people, especially in the health world, as possible. So this came up, and I took over a poorly run business and turned my dream into reality, essentially. So we are a store that house over 7,000 products and offer what we like to think is top of the class service, both by offering variety, good price point, and certainly a good experience when people come to our store. We've got something for everybody, especially to address health needs.
Fantastic.
So whether it be through food and grocery or whether it be through advice, supplementation, and we also have a wellness clinic attached to our business as well, where we have in excess of 12 practitioners running independent clinics under our roof.
Now, I know it's an amazing dynamic business. I've been in there myself, and some of my staff are customers of yours as well. And what I'm really interested about is just how COVID has impacted your business, and what have you been doing to keep the doors open and stay in business? So what have been some of the impacts, and how have you stayed open?
Well, I guess the first thing was that we are very much lucky that we were one business that was able to continue to survive and then ultimately thrive, because we had what at that point in time was necessary offerings for people that were a bit concerned about what COVID was all about. So our philosophy was about trying to keep it real for people, but also to offer advice, but also certain products that people required in that time. So there was so much confusion and uncertainty around that time, whether it be about panic buying, whether it be about stockpiling, but also about their own health and are they going to survive through the scare at that point in time. So our main focus was about educating people about how to essentially keep their immune system strong, so that if they were ever exposed to this nasty guy, that they would be well equipped to be able to deal with it on an individual level. So at that point in time, obviously we know what happened with the toilet paper, panic buying and all that sort of stuff. But beyond that, it was all about the most important supplements that people were chasing for their own personal well-being in terms of boosting their immune system. Things like vitamin C, zinc, echinacea, etc. A lot of people were reading and hearing things that were going to help them, and obviously these are the people that came in asking for these sort of supplements, and before long, these also became, I guess, panic buying items that we, in advance of the scare, we thought we had probably accumulated enough product to cope, but we found out very quickly that we didn't. And then obviously there became a supply chain issue from the suppliers, from certain to manic to frustrated, to supply staple items to people, such as rice, flour, pasta, eggs, etc. And where Coles, Woolies and some of those big chains were starting to struggle, we became that point of call for people, which was exciting. But again, it became stressful because I like to be able to accommodate everyone at that point in time every single day. There was a period of time there, once the reality kicked in of how impactful this COVID thing was, that we were starting to get behind the eight ball a little bit because we weren't able to be supplied enough. Then came the hand sanitizer, toilet paper and mask and glove issue, which we were able to also facilitate to a point in time. So we were allowed to stay open. We became an essential business because we were essentially grocery and staple store. And then it was about getting the message across to the consumers via our database, through our social media outlets. So we're open, we're here for you, we can accommodate you. And that word got around pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I think, this is really interesting because there are those businesses that can stay in business. The challenge is from a social, or actually I call it physical distancing. How did you manage, because I know you do orders as well, so how are you managing literally the health of your staff and your customers from a physical distancing perspective? What have you put in place there?
So we were very mindful of leading by example by being fully masked and gloved up, and those distance squares on the ground, giving people confidence that we were doing the right thing both by ourselves and by them.
Yeah.
So monitoring traffic, we knew how many people we were allowed to have in store at any one time. And again, by leading by example, by showing them that we take it very seriously, we limited the amount of products that people were allowed to buy, obviously to make it fair for everyone that came in looking for things. We made it very clear by signage. We sanitised the hell out of the place every 2 hours so people could physically see that, but we also articulated that through both our website and our social media outlets. And it just gave people hopefully the confidence that we were doing the right thing by them and also by ourselves.
Okay. And tell me,
sorry to interrupt, we also promoted card-only purchasing, no cash, so limiting handling of transmission.
Yeah, no, that's great. Tell me also too about you've got like pickup out the back, but you also created a bit of a home delivery approach. Tell me about that.
So we created a new website relatively recently and we understood the need. Well, without really, at the early stage, without knowing what level restriction we were about to encounter. So we were very worried about level 4. So even level 3 for us was going to be a problem. And we anticipated that a lot of people would be stuck at home, but still needing their goodies. So we very quickly put something together, semi-professionally, I'd like to think, to make it user-friendly enough for people to be able to go to our website, a pop-up would come, and they chose an option of either click and collect or delivery within a certain area. And within that, I think you even found yourself that I was able to give someone who was then unemployed, a personal friend of mine, the opportunity to become my delivery guy. So where there might have been a stigma associated with us putting a $10 delivery fee on where others were offering free delivery, the message there was we're actually giving someone employment by doing this. So please know we're not trying to rip you off. We're actually putting food on someone's table by offering them this job. And we have a database of in excess of 2,000 people through both our loyalty program that we've established and our website. So that message went out to all of those people. Physical messages on notice boards out the front, and obviously we would verbalise it to everyone that was willing to listen. It probably wasn't uptaken to the point that we would have liked, but we certainly helped a lot of people, especially pensioners who couldn't get out during that crisis period.
Yeah, and I think this is the interesting thinking and the adaptive approach that businesses need to take and start to look at, I suppose, the sort of the more collective approach of working together. So like your friend being able to be your delivery guy, justifying the delivery fee. I think that just helps people understand that, well, we are all in this together and that your health is my health is our collective health. So how do we actually keep our businesses running? Is there any last tips you'd like to give other businesses, that are in retailing particularly, because that's your area and obviously you've got this particular area of retailing? Any sort of tips or advice you'd give them about how to run good businesses and the importance of being customer centric and having good staff, that kind of thing?
That's the key. Communication, empathy, and knowing your customers. Keeping your finger on the pulse, knowing what's happening. Self-educating is really important. Leading by example is crucial. There's no point pretending that you're doing the right thing. You have to lead by example and do it. And with that in mind, it's been really refreshing to get a lot of positive feedback from our customers, appreciating what we've been doing and making us feel really good about the fact that we are also at the front line. It's not just the healthcare workers that are putting themselves at risk and going above and beyond. We are that group as well. My biggest fear was that when one of us did track the virus, and that's pretty close to shutdown. If one of us gets it,
yep.
We're all in trouble. So we were really mindful of that. Being realistic, but being extremely careful to make sure that we're portraying the message out to our consumers. And we've got a really, really loyal fan base who trust us, implicitly. So I think it's first establishing that rapport and trust with your customers who essentially understand that you're doing it, like you say, for the right reasons. And it's very much a symbiotic relationship. We need to get through this together. We help ourselves first. We help them as well. And they help us by continuing to support us.
Yeah, no, I think this is the thing that I like too about your story is how quickly you're adapting your website, sending out messaging, and at the end of the day, you said it at the beginning, communicate. And whether it's signage in the store, with your team about how you present yourselves and the seriousness with which you take this. And it's not just, for COVID with all the health implications and business implications, but I think these are great lessons for business long term anyway. So I just want to thank you so much for giving us your time and advice and guidance and experience that we'd like to share with other people. So it's really wonderful to see you again, and just congratulations and more power to you. Great business.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.